during some conference talk, a shitlib stated that there was no evidence to support Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Even though he was a shitlib, he did raise a good question relevant to MGTOW. What evidence is there for Maslow's idea? And if there isn't any, should we be using it as some kind of guide? There's no evidence for most psychology. Like, whenever they try to replicate these psychological studies, most of them can't be replicated because they're bullshit. So, you know, if you're looking for, like, this is why they're called soft sciences and not hard sciences. You do the best you can. If it's you, no, I think Maslow's hierarchy of needs is pretty solid. There's good basis for it, but yeah, if you like, no, I only everything needs to be a hard science. I need hard data. Okay, well then obviously surveys, questionnaires, any sort of sociology, psychology, anthropology, all that shit, you need to throw all that out. So behavioral psychology, I would say behavioral or evolutionary psychology is probably one of the most MGTOW-esque scientific fields, but you're mixing biology with psychology, which is a soft science. So yeah, you can throw that out too if you want. I mean, you can go.
Well, here's the thing with the Maslow's 7. Yeah, here's the thing with the Maslow's 7 levels of needs. The SJWs have updated it, so it's actually like they try to turn it into garbage. So when we're talking about Maslow's 7 levels of needs, we're actually discussing the original one, not the SJW modified one that says that like gender identity is a need. It's really retarded now.
When did that happen? I've never heard of that.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's they did it really quietly. A friend of mine was showing me in an actual science text where they were discussing Maslow's 7 levels of needs, and yeah, gender identity was considered a need. Having sex was considered, you know, like at the lowest level where you're trying to have survival. They included sex in that, like actual like intercourse. Oh yeah, it was ridiculous.
All right, hold on.
It's fucking
Updated.
cancer.
Now I need to see this.
Okay.
All right. All right. No, those are fucking. Let me see what the fuck is. Okay, yeah. So there's Maslow's original hierarchy of needs. Now there's a revised pyramid of needs.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So okay. Let me go through the original hierarchy of needs. So starting at the bottom, going up towards the top. Here's Maslow's original hierarchy of needs. You have at the bottom immediate physiological needs. Makes sense. You know, you need air, you need food, you need water, right? Then you have safety, which is a higher. Then love, affection, belongingness. Then esteem or respect. And then self-actualization at the top. Makes perfect sense. Now here's the new one. At the bottom you have immediate physiological needs. Okay, or yeah. Self-protection. So they replace safety with self-protection. Affiliation, which they've replaced love with affiliation. Status esteem, which is okay. So they literally just changed the top. Okay, so so really, okay, this is literally the same thing, but they replaced self-actualization with 2 new ones. So it's literally the same goddamn thing, but at the very top, instead of self-actualization, they now have one underneath it called mate retention. Just like
yeah, but there's like 5 or 6 different fucking charts depending on which website you go to.
Well, wait,
one of them was like gender expression.
Hold on.
Yeah,
the highest. Here's the highest one: parenting. What?
The TradCon 7 levels of needs.
Yeah, this is from. What year was this? What year is this?
It's beautiful.
Fuck, I don't know, man. This is parenting, and look, no mention, zero mention of self-actualization. Look, this is absolute proof. This is what happens when you put women in fucking STEM. So they've replaced self-actualization with parenting. How much more going from the male perspective to the female perspective can you possibly get? Going from self-actualization to parenting. I mean, that you're talking about literally inverting this from a masculine to a feminine. The highest fucking need is parenting. Mate retention. Yeah, a fucking woman did this. But she literally just copied Maslow's hierarchy of needs and replaced self-actualization with parenting and mate retention. Perfectly demonstrating that women cannot self-actualize. Because a woman has no concept of self-actualization. So in her fucking squirrel brain, she replaces self-actualization with parenting and mate retention, because in her female brain, that's as high as she can reach. Which, look, realistically, you have, that's the love, affection, and belongingness is like the third one. So look, this really just proves men and women are different, and when women create their own version of something, it's fine. Look, you want your own hierarchy of needs for chicks? Fine, have your own hierarchy of needs for chicks. That's all it is. This isn't a revised pyramid of needs. This is hierarchy of needs for vaginas. So, good for you. You have your hierarchy of fucking needs because you have a fucking axe gash. Ugh, man. Fucking now, that puts me in a bad mood, because I hate it when SJWs and women try to rewrite science, because it's like, oh, this is sexist patriarchy. This doesn't appeal to my feminine sensibilities. We must make, because what do? They don't make like an all-inclusive version or an alternative, like one version for men, one version for women. They replaced the male version with a female version, and then they like, oh, okay, we fixed it. Now that it applies to women, this is the true revised version. So now, men, you need to have a feminine perspective. You need to think more like a woman. Your needs are now feminine. Otherwise, you're a patriarchal shitlord, whatever. It's just like one day closer to the purge, another day closer.
There you go. I like woke Black's idea of creating a DDJ's hierarchy of Bukkake chokeslam. I like that. Somebody should put that together.
Someone should.